Liverpool 2, Man United 2 post-match reaction. Well, what's up everyone? I'm just going to do a video just to give my post-match reaction and match ratings for today's match, Liverpool 2, Man United 2. Bit of mixed feelings, to be honest. That's my initial reaction. More disappointment, to be honest, but I still think it's a decent point, and I'll explain why. Explain why. I think it's a weird result in a way. I think on one hand, the result can be extremely, extremely awful, given how dominant Liverpool were, especially in the first half. But on the other hand, I think it could be a decent point considering they're still joint top. I know they're behind Arsenal in goal difference, but also the fact that they were trailing with 7 minutes to go. So it could be a good point in a way. But yeah, let's get into it. Firstly, performance-wise, I thought Liverpool played extremely well, especially first half. McAllister was unbelievable the whole match again. For me, he's probably the best midfielder in the world at the minute. But I think like every Liverpool fan, we're sensing that these missed opportunities and lack of finishing ability would come back to haunt them, and sadly it did. Szoboszlai was extremely wasteful. Most of the match really. Salah was wasteful. Salah for me had a poor game. Yeah, but especially the first half, I think there was a lot of opportunities to obviously get goals, and obviously in the second half, Quincy makes that awful, horrendous mistake, and it was a great finish by Bruno, to be honest. But yeah, that was sort of, you knew was coming. And then it was a bit like their second goal was another great goal by Manu. But I don't know what Klopp was at with the subs. Like, I thought Endo and Bradley were actually two of Liverpool's better players on the day. I know Bradley was booked, but I thought he was creating problems down the right. And especially considering Rashford went off with injury. I don't know why they took him off, and especially Nunes. I know Nunes was a bit wasteful, especially in the second half. He missed a sort of sitter, but I think he was getting in behind a lot, and that sort of went when he went off. But yeah, Man United get a great second, and then obviously Liverpool were chasing the game. And as I explained before, they were trailing with 7 or 8 minutes to go, and it could have been a loss. And I think the difference between a loss and a draw today is huge. If you had a loss, obviously you're a point behind Arsenal, which is stating the obvious, but you're also level on points with City. And I personally think City's going to win their last 7 games. So I think if Liverpool had lost today, I think City was practically above them, because I think City's going to really stimulate their goal difference. And I think Arsenal will blink. I think Arsenal's going to do very well, don't get me wrong, but I think they will drop points in at least one game. So I think if Liverpool was to win all 7, I think they'll win the title. It's just my opinion. That's why I think it still could be a huge draw today, because even if Liverpool had lost, I think City would have won every game, which would have meant Liverpool lost out in goal difference to them if they win all 7, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I think it could be a huge point. But the attackers need to start taking these chances, honestly. They should have beat Man United in the Cup. They should have beat them today. The same mistakes weren't learnt. And over the next weeks, they're going to have to be more ruthless and clinical. It's as simple as that. I think Liverpool will do it. I think Liverpool's going to win the league. I'm not just saying it because I'm a Liverpool fan. I've stated it for a while. I think Liverpool will win the league. Again, getting back to it, I think it is a bit disappointing today, but I'm also trying to keep perspective. I think it could be a decent point. But yeah, summarising the entire game, I thought good performance-wise, decent result in the end, but they need to be more ruthless moving forward. It's just my opinion. But yeah, let's get into the match ratings and player ratings for the game. Kelleher, I'm going to go 6 conceded, 2 goals, but I don't think he was really at fault for any of them. He could have actually been red carded if he had touched that Bruno Fernandes one because he was outside the box, but I don't think he was in any fault, and he had a few decent saves as well, so I'm going to give him a 6. Robertson, I thought his corners were very poor, but I thought he was one of our better players today. I'm going to still put him as a 6. Van Dijk, probably our best defender again today, so I'm going to put him at 7. Kwanzaa probably gets a 4 for that mistake. It was the only real thing that he did wrong, because I think he had a decent game, but the mistake is that huge and that much of a turning point that it really knocks him back today, so I'm going to put him at 4. Connor Bradley, as I said before, I think he was one of our better players. I know he got an early booking, but I'm going to put him at 6 because he was took off early. Midfield, Endo, I thought he was doing very well. I don't know why he was taken off unless it's just precautionary, but I'm going to go 6. McAllister, Liverpool's player of the match, has been their best player for the last couple of months. I'm going to go 8. 8 for McAllister, amazing. Zaboslai, extremely wasteful. I don't think he's played really good for quite a while, to be honest. I'm going to go 5. It's probably a bit harsh, but I think the amount of good opportunities that he had to either pick the right pass or have the right shot or whatever needs to be more ruthless. And yeah, so I'm going to go 5. The forwards, Luis Diaz, I'm going to give a 7. Got the goal. He's probably our best attacker, but still holds on to the ball far too much. But yeah, 7. Darwin Núñez, I'm going to go 6. I still think he played okay. Missed a great chance, but I don't know why I was taken off. And then Mo Salah, I would have given a 5 to, but he scored a penalty. So I'm going to give him a 6. I thought Salah was extremely wasteful on the ball. Obviously missed a few chances, but even at towards the end, he was just been trying to skin people, do tricks, and it almost could have cost the goal. Just pure wasteful. But yeah, I'll give him a 6 because he got the goal. Regarding the subs, Joe Gomez did well. I would be starting Joe Gomez. I think he's been playing that well, but I'm going to go 6. Who was the other player? Curtis Jones probably had his worst game in a while. Never really done much, so I'm going to go 5. Cody Gakpo never really got involved. I'm going to go 5. And then Harvey Elliott was brilliant. And it's just the enigma that is Harvey Elliott. He seems to be amazing off the bench, but struggles slightly when he starts. But I'm going to go 7. I thought he was very good. So man of the match was McAllister. Jurgen Klopp, you can't rate a manager, but I thought he got some things right today, but also some things wrong. I don't know why Konate never started. I don't know if it's injury, so I'm not sure. But as I've stated throughout, I don't know why Núñez was taken off, and Bradley as well. But yeah, summarising the whole game. Oh, and I must stress this as well regarding the penalty. It looks very soft when it's slowed down. I'm not sure it is a penalty, so it could be another reason why it's sort of a decent point. So it does look a bit soft, but summarising the whole video, really, I think in the end, looking back, it will prove to be a better point than what it feels like now. I think now it feels like a defeat, especially because Arsenal look to be playing that well, City's on the upwards, and because of how dominant Liverpool were. But I do think, in retrospect, it will be a better point. But I will stress, Liverpool need to win all 7, because I can see Man City winning all 7. I think I actually put out on my Twitter that I see the table finishing Liverpool with 92 points, Manchester City with 91 points, and Arsenal with 90. So it'll be a 3-way. Any team can win the title in the last game of the season. That's how I see it. But yeah, it's probably a bit optimistic, but that's how I see it going. What's everybody else think? Thanks for watching.